Hi, this is Kath from raisinghappychickens.com, and it's day 9 now in incubation. So tonight I'm going to candle just a couple of eggs, and the first one I'm going to show you is one that we looked at the other day where we could see very clearly the chick was developing, and it still is developing. I've just had a little look at it. If I turn the light off, it's really not very clear on the video, I'm afraid, but I'll try and point out a couple of things. Okay, so now this is the light area that I was referring to. It's getting smaller, and you can see here how the yolk is spreading as the chick gets bigger. The chick's eye is here. There's a dark area here, and that's actually the body of the chick forming, and around there are blood vessels. If I turn it this way up very carefully, this is the way up it's stored. It's stored with the blunt end facing upwards, remember. Now, I can see very clearly, but the camera isn't picking it up, it's too dark, that there's a chick embryo here in the egg. So this chick is continuing to grow really nicely. Oh, there's some really nice blood vessels around here, which I'm afraid the camera can't pick up. I have taken a still photograph of this, which I'll put up as well, just to show you how nicely it is developing. Now, if I just quickly turn the light on, then I'll be able to show you the air cell. Okay, so this egg was candled, let's let it get in focus again. It was candled at day 5, and it was fertile. And at day 5, you can see that I marked it here, and here's the mark I've just made at day 9. Okay, so the air cell's grown quite a lot in the last few days, and it will continue to grow. And it's this area here that the chick should pip into at around day 21. Okay, so this is a little Legbar egg, and it's going back into the incubator, and we'll have a look at another one. So, some people have asked me whether it's really necessary to have a candler. I use the Brinsea candler because it's really reliable and the egg doesn't fall off it. But it's not, strictly speaking, necessary, no. So I'm going to use this now, which is just an iPhone, and it's got an app on it, which is a flashlight app. It's quite a bright light, as you can see, so I'm just going to candle a Speckled Sussex egg using this, and we'll see what we can see. Now again, this egg's at day 9 of incubation. I'm going to candle it from the blunt end. And you can see that it's very easy to see with the iPhone light, the same kind of thing. So we're looking at an air cell here at the bottom, that light coloured area. Look, I don't know if you can see that on here. Okay, here. Here is the embryo. Here's the embryo here. It's a darker spot just there. I've looked at the light so much that I'm kind of blinded by it. But there's a very clear embryo there. So with an iPhone, it's not difficult to see. I can see the air cell. I'm going to mark that and mark it at day 9. And then I'm going to put this little chick back into the incubator and leave it to its own devices. It's quite happy in there, obviously. The markings that you can see down here are the shell. They're not to do with the inside. But that's looking very healthy. So that's another fertile egg. So I just want to finish by talking a bit about the Marans eggs. Now, this is a Marans egg. It's a beautiful colour, really lovely dark chocolatey brown. But in terms of candling, it's a nightmare because the pigment is so dark, it's virtually impossible to see through the shell. So what I do with Marans eggs is I use my candler, which is the high intensity candler, and I use an Ovascope, and this is an Ovascope. This is a Brinsea Ovascope, and all it does is it fits over the candler. Okay, so the candler's underneath it. That's there. And the mirrors in the Ovascope reflect the light. You put the egg inside and you put the cover on, and you then look through this top bit. And sometimes with Marans eggs you can see using this. Now I've just candled this egg using the Ovascope, so it fits like that. That goes over there. But there's no way for me to take a picture or a video through the top really. So what I saw when I candled this is I couldn't see the embryo at all. It's just not possible. But what I did see is the pattern that you will see in other eggs, which is at this end, which counts as the blunt end in the Marans. It's sometimes quite difficult to tell. But at that end, you will see a lighter patch, and the lighter patch is the air cell. And then as I turn the egg, so there's a little wheel on the outside of the Ovascope, just here, and you turn the little wheel and it turns the egg inside. I'll put the egg on it and show you. Okay, so you just do that and it rotates the egg for you. And as I rotated this egg with the cover on the Ovascope, what I could see was a dark patch here and a lighter patch around the other side of the egg. Now, that's exactly the same pattern that we've seen in the other eggs, and that is as good as it's going to get with the Marans eggs. They're all the same, they're all very dark, but they are all showing the light patch on one side and the dark patch on the other. So I do think these Marans eggs are fertile. They do have an air cell. It's not possible for me to draw it because it's just, you can't do it from inside the Ovascope. So until tomorrow, this is Kath from raisinghappychickens.com saying thank you very much for watching and happy hatching.